the production truck. There you go, into that screen there. And we'll say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening. We're close to it. Welcome to Northwest High. Tonight, the Grizzlies take on the North High Redhawks in a doubleheader. Girls first, followed by the boys in Greater Wichita Athletic League action. We're going to send it right to the pregame show with head coach Marcus Myers. And then when I give you the cue, it's cut, okay? But the cue is Grizzly basketball, okay? All right? Okay. Brian Bernard actually is going to be with us in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hey, man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Northwest High. We're back home. Seems like we haven't been home in two forevers. It's been over 10 days since we've been home, and we're glad to be back here. Tonight we take on the North High Redhawks in a Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader, and we'll start with the girls game at the top of the hour. Joined in our pregame show by assistant coach Brian Bernard. And coach, we're gonna go back.
All right.
We're gonna go back to Lawrence and what turned out to be a pretty good experience for everybody all together.
Yeah, it was. It was a game one. We knew going in Topeka was going to be a really tough test for us. They're a really solid basketball team. But we did come out, with seeing a lot of good that our girls did. They played hard. They never quit. And that's all you could ask for that game one. And, going up in the next round, we had Free State, and that really got us rolling, got our momentum going, especially heading into that Topeka West game. Those girls at Topeka West were tough, and they never gave up, not at all. So, and it kind of seemed like we'd stretch a lead, and we just couldn't put them all the way away. But we it was a great learning experience for our girls to just keep going and come out with that win.
Well, it seemed like we led by 6 points for the entire second half. We'd get a basket, and then they'd get one, and we kept going back and forth that way. And neither team they couldn't catch us, and we couldn't expand the lead. We kept it close. But for the girls, that's a great way to play. They learn how to play under pressure.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the big things we've been trying to preach to our girls is just learn how to win. Learn how to come out on top in those crunch time moments, and that was definitely a great moment for our kids.
Are you and Coach Myers satisfied? I mean, you're happy that we went up there and came back winning 2 out of 3?
Yeah, we're happy. I mean, obviously, we wanted to go up there and win the thing, but for time being, I mean, for where we're at now, we're very happy with that performance, especially those last 2 games. We did a lot of really, really, really good things, and our girls played some really great basketball.
Well, and both of the Topeka teams, Topeka High and Topeka West, they had some big girls on that team. You look at you line them up one against the other, and every one of them seemed to be bigger than we were, and that's a lot to overcome.
Yeah, they were 2 of the biggest teams that we've seen for sure to this point. Very, very tough, and they understood what they wanted to do with their size and those mismatches that we could that they could create against us.
So 3 days the girls are together, a great bonding opportunity too. I always say the tournament should come earlier in the season so they get this bonding opportunity that they got this weekend. But it seemed like everybody got along well with everybody else. They had a good time. They had some fun in addition to having to play 3 tough games.
Yeah, we have our kids are great. All our kids are. Especially those little ones. We get to find out a lot more about our younger group, and they're such a fun group, and our kids that have been there, and just meshing those girls all together, and having that time to come together and spend and hang out. That's always a fun time.
So now we're back home, and we have to turn our attention back to City League. We've got some City League business this week, starting tonight against the Redhawks, a team that we've already beaten this year. So, that I would think would inspire the girls' confidence, the fact that, hey, there's a team we've already beaten. We've just won 2 in a row. We got a chance for a 3-game win streak today.
Yeah, we don't want to tell them all that. We tell them we take them one at a time. One win at a time, one game at a time. Let's get better every single step of the way. Let's improve on something. Our girls are well aware. They can get a little streak going here and have a lot of momentum. Coming into the second half of our regular season. So, but our biggest goal is to and focus is North right now. So. They're a team that has nothing to lose, and they're going to play hard, and they're going to fight regardless of what their record is or what our record is. So we have to we don't overlook them at all. We don't overlook anybody.
Is North High any different than they were the last time we played them earlier in the season, either personnel wise or anything different about them?
Personnel wise, they're the same, but. At the end of the day, Coach Barry over there, he's doing an awesome job. He really is trying to get that group to come together and try to turn that thing around. So we don't like I said, we cannot take anybody lightly. So we don't want to get overconfident and then the next thing there's tears in the locker room because of it, So, but we're going to take this game serious, and our girls are ready to go, and they're excited to be back home playing at home. So,
let's talk injury-wise. We always do at the end of these interviews. Always ask the injury report, and we do have one. And if you watched the game on Saturday, you saw it happen when Leah Simpson just hit a brick wall in the middle of the floor and went down just absolutely super hard. Can you give us, without divulging too much medical information, what can you tell us about her status right now?
Yeah, Anaya's she's a tough kid, man. That collision was something no coach wants to see or have to have one of their kids go through. But unfortunately, it is part of our game. Anaya's tough. She will be out all week. She's dealing with some head injury things, and we're gonna err on the side of caution regardless of what's going on, and we're gonna make sure that she's comfortable and healthy, and she'll be back when Tommy and doctors approve her to come back.
And she is in concussion protocol right now, correct?
Yes, she is in concussion protocol.
All righty. How about everybody else? Anybody else hurt?
Nope. Other than the normal bumps and bruises, we'll have everybody there. The normal roster will be back. So.
All righty. Well, we wish you all the best of luck tonight against the Redhawks of North High, and we look forward to a visit before Friday's game when we're over right down the street over at Bishop Carroll.
Yeah. That's that. We got to get through this one, and then all the attention's on that's a huge game for us.
All righty. Here's our pregame show for tonight. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the North High Redhawks. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzlies style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th West and Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service, with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Services, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidServices.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That's the national anthem here at Northwest High. We're getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams, and we're going to start today with the North High Redhawks. A 5'9" senior guard, number 1, Taryn St. Clair. 5'8" guard, senior, number 12, Rhiannon St. Clair. 5'8" freshman guard, number 13, Charlie Hill. 5'7" freshman forward, number 23, Joanna Ross. And 5'11", freshman forward, number 33, Amelia Buxman. Head coach for North High is Barry Glover. He's assisted by Jasmine Florio. Now the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are dressed in their home whites today. I forgot to mention North High is in their road reds with white numerals and white trim. For the Grizzlies, a 5'1" junior guard, number 1, Mackenzie Edwards. 5'2" sophomore guard, number 21, Aaliyah Richard. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 22, Kamira Barber. 5'5" junior guard, number 23, Innocent Robinson. And at forward, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Sasha Reed. Head coach for the Grizzlies, Marcus Myers. He's assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. Want to welcome you all. My name is Kevin Arkin. Glad to be with you, and we have a stellar all-star crew tonight. And they include Eli Taylor, Valentina Banales, Noah Gibson, Hudson Dubiel, and Leslie Bravo, all here to help get everything going here tonight. This is a Greater Wichita Athletic League match. The Grizzlies come in 6-7 on the season, trying to get to 500 after winning 2 out of 3 last weekend in Lawrence at the Firebirds tournament and finishing in 5th place. Kamira Barber to tee it up for Northwest, and Buxman for North High. Northwest wins the opening tip, and we are underway here at Northwest. Got to start time. Underneath, Sasha Reed to Richard, now to Edwards, and to Robinson. Robinson to Richard. Richard underneath, double team. She goes down and she traveled. That'll turn it over to North. Just underway here at Northwest. North High with the ball, no score. Taryn St. Clair passes one off to Charlie Hill. Hill double team now. Gets it into Rhiannon St. Clair. Underneath, Buxman scores for Northwest, for North. Perfect. Grizzlies trail 2-0. Underneath now. Up off the glass, it doesn't fall, but Barber is fouled. She'll go to the line, and she will shoot a pair. Okay, you're going to mark the fouls. Okay, number 1 foul. You mark a foul simply by doing this. Okay? All I care about is points and fouls. Okay? And the first one by Barber is good. She'll have one more coming. And she'll try and tie it up here. And that one also falls. 2-2 now. We're tied. 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Okay, you have to keep an eye out. Stop that. Go ahead and type it for 6 minutes, 45 seconds. 45. And it's, okay, 6 going, 45. Then when it gets there, start it. Every time the whistle blows, you have to stop the clock. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a student-driven production. This is the disclaimer we give before every game. We have some rookies working the equipment tonight, and they're here to learn. They're out of Shane Monroe's audio-visual program, and they are being graded tonight. This is indeed an extension of the classroom for these kids. And I anticipate they will do a great job. A couple of them have been here before. After all that, Taryn St. Clair gets the rebound. Here comes North High back. We're still tied at 2. 6:20 to go, first quarter. Into the corner it goes to Charlie Hill. She puts up a 3 and count it. Charlie Hill for 3, and the Grizzlies trail 5-2. Myra Barber, top of the key. Into the paint, she puts it up and it falls. Barber for 2, and it's 5-4. St. Clair to Hill. Hill in trouble, gets it across the timeline, brings it down now unobstructed, and she scores. Charlie Hill gets 2. It's 7-4 North. Richard gives it to Barber. Barber in the paint for 2 more, and she's got all 6 of Northwest's points. They trail by 1. And there's a steal by Edwards. Kenzie Edwards, top of the key, gives it to Richard. Richard back to Edwards. Edwards for 3. Good! And the Grizzlies take the lead for the first time, 9-7. St. Clair has it and dishes it up to Joanna Ross. Ross to the other St. Clair to Hill. Buxman gives it to St. Clair. It misses. She gets her own rebound, goes up, and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line. And she'll be, looks like, or are they going to send her to the line? Maybe not. They're saying it was before the shot. Tyresha Gordon, a 5'3" senior guard, comes in for North. And coming in for Northwest, number 30, Aubrey Navarrete, the 5'9" freshman forward. She came in replacing Innocent Robinson. Barber had it poked away, but she goes back and grabs it. Brings it down, has it poked away again. Now she gives it to Richard. Aaliyah Richard walked with it. That'll turn it back over to the North High. 4:21 to go, first quarter, 9-7. Grizzlies lead. Charlie Hill with it, gives it back now to Gordon. To Hill. And Charlie Hill puts up a long 2 that misses, goes out of play. It will stay with North. And we want to send a special shout out tonight to our own Anaya Simpson, just Charlie Hill takes a 3 and makes it. 10-9, North over Northwest. Anaya Simpson injured in Saturday's game in Lawrence, as you know, now heard us talking about on the pregame show. Robinson comes back in now, and it will be Edwards taking a seat. Simpson is in concussion protocol and will likely miss both games this week. But happy to report she's on the mend. And very fortunate that the injury wasn't more serious. Robinson for 3, short. The rebound to St. Clair. Taken away by Barber, and Barber scores. And the Grizzlies lead again, 11-10. Now we have a whistle and a foul called on Innocent Robinson on the far side. Away from the ball. That's her first. Team's first. Grizzlies trying to extend their win streak to 3 games. They played very well in the last 2. And Buxman puts it in for North High, and the Redhawks take the lead again. Say again. Just mark them off as they foul. It's another one to mark off a second. Yeah. What do you mean? I don't understand. Whoever gets the foul, yeah. Because if any individual gets 5 fouls, they're eliminated. Thanks, Noah. There you go. And we have a timeout on the floor being taken by Northwest while we were working with the kids here. They trail 14-12. 2:46 remaining in the first quarter. We got on just a tad bit late as they started the game 5 minutes early. And we weren't quite prepared. We had a little extra long pregame show as we were talking about Anaya Simpson and about the tournament up in Lawrence. Really impressed with the girls, the way they played in Lawrence, and the way they also represented Northwest up in Lawrence. I'm very proud of all of the girls on the girls' varsity basketball team. North High will inbound. We're back underway. Underneath, Gordon sends it over here and now gets it back underneath. Buxman for 2 from 6 feet, misses. The rebound underneath. Count the basket for Rhiannon St. Clair, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1. Foul is on Aubrey Navarrete. That's her first, team's second. And now the free throw goes, and she makes it. St. Clair gets 3 points the old-fashioned way, and they lead now 15-14 with 2:30 to go in the first. Barber can't get it to go, and Richard sends it back out to Robinson. Robinson looking for some help. Good man-to-man here by North High. There's one that went through the wickets of Aaliyah Richard. Do me a favor and click on video clips real quick. Remove that. Add. And add the one that says sponsors. Quarter. Charlie Hill with it for North High. They lead by 1. Buxman. And now St. Clair. St. Clair in the corner to Hill again. Gordon with it. And there's one that's taken away by Navarrete. She sends it to Barber. Barber to Richard. Richard in the paint, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by St. Clair, and here comes North High back with it, and they threw it away. Turnover will leave it to Northwest. 1:19 to go in the quarter, and the Grizzlies will have an opportunity to get some points. Joanna Ross comes back in for North High. She's replacing Taryn St. Clair. Barber, who's been the big scorer for Northwest in this first quarter, has the ball now. On the far side, Richard for 3, off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Robinson. And they're going to call a jump ball. A jump ball is called, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. And with the possession arrow pointing the right way, it will be Northwest ball. Robinson inbounds it to Barber. Barber underneath, has it poked away, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. Coming in for North High is Shelton, number 24. Robinson will inbound to Richard. Richard gives it back to Robinson, who puts up a 3. Good! Innocent Robinson gives the Grizzlies the lead. Less than 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Here's the Grizzlies picking it off. A team steal, and then Edwards traveled with it, trying to pass it back. Took an extra step. It'll turn over to North High. Sasha Reed comes back in for Northwest, and she will give Kamira Barber a breather. North High, 30 seconds to go. They may play for one if they can get it out of their own end. And they just threw it away. Oh, and it was tipped out. It will stay with North High. Charlie Hill with it. Brings it across the timeline with Richard in front of her. Gives it to Gordon. Gordon double teamed. Hallie Wolke in the game for North High, number 44. She's got the ball now. She feeds it inside, and a timeout has been taken by somebody. 30-second timeout's been taken by Northwest, I believe. Nope, now it's by North. We'll keep it right here with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Each team now with 4 timeouts remaining. Grizzlies have committed 2 fouls, North High 1. And of course the scoreboard, Northwest 17, North High 15. If you didn't get a chance to watch any of the girls' tournament games, go back on NWHS Grizz, find the games against Lawrence Free State and Topeka West. Those are the 2 that we won in Lawrence, and Grizzlies played really super in both games. They're both worth watching, and hope you enjoy them when you watch them. Inbounded again out of the timeout. Last shot time, off the heel, no good. And we're going to end the first quarter with Northwest leading North 17-15. We'll be back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Change that to second. Drop that down right there and change that to second. There you go. North High will inbound to start the second quarter. On the floor for Northwest, it's Barber, Robinson, Richard, Navarrete, and Reed. Now North High quickly subs in Taryn St. Clair. She'll come in for Gordon and handle the inbound duty for the Redhawks. And in it comes to Charlie Hill. Hill to Rhiannon St. Clair. And back to Hill for 3. Off the glass and count it. Wow. Well, sometimes you need some luck. 18-17, North High leads. Robinson pulls it back out again. And she lost the ball, loose on the floor. Still loose on the floor. Barber has it. Nope, that's Sasha Reed with it. And they're going to call a jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to Northwest. So that time, a good defensive play by Sasha Reed is properly rewarded. Robinson will inbound and gets it over here to Reed. Out to Navarrete. Back to Robinson. To Barber. Kamira Barber looking to do something. Now she drives, dishes it off to Richard. Richard drives off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound to Richard, and she threw it away. That's going to be an over and back when they touch it. Or it goes out of play, either way. Either way, it's going to be North ball. It made no difference. North leads 18-17, 6:51 to go, second quarter. Charlie Hill from the free throw stripe, and it doesn't go. Out of bounds to North. Last touch by Sasha Reed. Inbounded to Charlie Hill. Hill underneath the Buxman, now over to Terrence St. Clair. She missed everything. Walke with it. Gives it back to Buxman, and looks like Buxman was fouled by Barber. That's her first foul. Third team foul against Northwest in this half, and it will send Buxman to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one is on its way. Off the rim, no good. She has one more coming. And that one, she missed them both. Loose on the floor, and Richard comes away with it. To Reed, to Robinson. Robinson brings it down the floor, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. Barber gets the rebound. Now she's tied up, puts it up, doesn't go. Put back by Barber, counted. Pardon me. Grizzlies lead. Sorry about that, folks. I got choked up. Terrence St. Clair, an uncontested 3, nothing but net. And North High leads by 2. Inside 6 to go till halftime, 21-19 North. There's a three-pointer by Robinson, and count it, the Grizzlies lead again. Well, the athletic director of North High is here tonight. Just saw him come up the ramp. That'd be Michael Graham. We might actually say hello to him here before the night's over. On the near side, Buxman with it. Double team, gives it off to Walke, and Walke scores. 23-22 North, 5:09 to go. Richard brings it up the floor for Northwest. Richard thought about a 3, now pulls it back out. That would have been a long 3. Innocent Robinson in the paint, off the glass, and count it. 24-23 Northwest. St. Clair, pressured by Barber, gives it to Charlie Hill. Charlie Hill brings it down and has her pocket picked by Robinson. They pass it back to Innocent. She goes up off the glass, and she's fouled. She will go to the line and shoot 2. Put the foul on Terrence St. Clair that time. Probably a good foul for St. Clair to take because it was going to be an uncontested layup. And the first one by Robinson misses. We have a sub coming in. Shelton comes in for North High, replacing Rhiannon St. Clair. And if Robinson makes this free throw, she's going to get subbed out. And she does. She'll get subbed out. Edwards will come in for her. So on the floor, we have Edwards, Reed, Richard, Navarrete, and Barber. North High inbounds. Grizzlies lead by a pair. And that one's taken away by Richard. To the basket. Up she goes, and she is just hammered. She will go to the line and shoot 2. Foul is on Joanna Ross. Aaliyah missed the first one. She'll get one more. And that one rolls and falls. Another sub. Gordon comes back in for Charlie Hill. Grizzlies lead by 3, 4:09 to go, North High ball. St. Clair takes it. Back to Gordon. Gordon to St. Clair. And a lucky break for North High that time. Gordon for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barber. Barber brings it across the timeline. In the paint, she goes up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is on foul's on Buxman. That's her first. That's team foul number 4 for North. Grizzlies have 3. Barber's first one is short. And now we have a timeout being taken, and it's a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. Grizzlies lead 26-23. We'll be back in 60. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball. Coming out of the timeout, Barber has one more free throw to take. And she missed it. 3:41 to go in the second quarter. And that one got thrown away. It'll be Grizzly basketball. Charlie Hill comes back in for North High. Robinson brings it across the timeline. Edwards. Back over to Robinson for 3. Long one, and it's short. And goes out of play. It'll turn over to North High. 3:13 to go, second quarter. Oops. North High inbounds. I stole our stenographer's pencil. That's what we're all laughing at here. I was walking around carrying it. Barber picks up the errant pass underneath to Robinson, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Fouls on Charlie Hill. That's her first. And the first free throw misses. The Grizzlies not doing well at the stripe here in the first half. Robinson makes 1 out of 2. It's 27-23, a 4-point lead, the largest of the game for Northwest. Terrence St. Clair sends one up to Gordon. Gordon has 2 people on her, and she traveled with it. That'll turn it over to Northwest. Into the game for the Grizzlies. 5'7" freshman guard number 10, Amaya Alvarez, joins the fray, replacing Aaliyah Richard. She'll join Barber, Robinson, Edwards, and Reed on the floor. And we're back underway. Edwards to Robinson. She drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Barber. Barber, oh, she tried to get it back to Robinson, and it was picked off by Terrence St. Clair, who drives the length of the floor and misses. And we have no shot. A foul's going to be, what are they calling here? They called it on Charlie Hill, an offensive foul on the rebound. Hey, Michael Graham, how are you? I just happened to mention you were in the building. I saw you walk up. You want to talk for a minute? Sure you do. All righty, we're gonna have a little guest here join us. We'll welcome the athletic director of North High, Michael Graham, to the fray. Pretty good first half.
Not bad. I'm liking what I'm seeing. That's for sure. It's a nice competitive ball game, and
it is. Navarrete comes back in for Northwest, replacing Sasha Reed. 1:50 to go till half. And Edwards takes the inbound pass. Underneath Navarrete, Edwards back over to Alvarez and all the way over now to Barber for three. Short, and it's rebounded there by Joanna Ross. Taken away by Robinson. She gives it to Barber. Off the glass, count it. Barber has had one heck of a first half. Grizzlies lead by 6. And we have a timeout being taken, a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here. So what's new at North High, Mr. Graham?
well, not a whole lot. I found out today that we may get to see some of the first sneak peeks of our new logos coming.
I was going to ask about the logo. I
got an email today that they were about ready to reveal some sneak peeks of what they're working with, seeing what we think of it. So I'm hoping by the end of this week to actually get the first glimpse so we can see kind of what we're dealing with and if we're on the right path or not.
Do you have a preference of one over another yet, or have you not?
We haven't seen anything
You haven't
yet,
seen
so
anything.
We had a meeting about 3 weeks ago to do some more fact-finding and just some ideas of what we thought it should have and how the ties to the school and stuff like that. So at that point in time, they hadn't started actually designing anything. So
Right.
We're excited. So we should start seeing some of the first mock-ups and thought process ideas of what it's going to look like.
And I know the name change has been a very long process.
It has been.
And quite frankly, you probably have things you'd rather be doing than messing
years.
with this. So timeout's been taken on the floor, folks. So, yeah, as far as making that's a big change to make. Because you have to change all the letterhead, you have to change all your spirit wear. Everything everybody's wearing in this building is out of date.
Well, and I know last time I talked to you, we kind of talked about Tulsa Union a little bit and how they didn't do a new mascot. Well, I have to tell you, I was wrong. They did actually, in fact, decide to do a mascot. And so they also, this is so bizarre, went from the Redskins to the Redhawks.
Well, my wife went to Southeast Missouri State in Cape Girardeau, and they were the Indians forever, and they went from Indians to Redhawks. It's a popular name.
It's a popular name for the change. They tend to have the hawk in there. They're either a Red Hawk or a War Hawk or something like that. Has been pretty popular for most teams. And then you have the Cleveland Guardians that just comes out of nowhere.
What the heck was up with that?
I don't know if they were filling their Marvel.
I don't know
or
either.
what, but that one took me for a loop.
Me too. I don't like the name either. I don't mind telling you. And, as far as the Washington Commanders is concerned, I had the same reaction to that. I quite frankly liked the Washington football team.
Yep,
I thought that was good.
I agree. I liked that one as well. I liked it definitely better than I liked
Commanders does nothing for me.
So we'll actually the email I got this afternoon said that they were wanting to make sure that they were kind of on the right path, and I was like, so do we have any sneak peeks coming? And they were like, well, actually, we may have something for you by Friday. And I was like,
that's
sweet.
good. Yeah, that is good.
So we're getting to that crunch time where it's about time to start ordering some uniforms, and I'm like, well, we can't order anything until I have a mascot. We need a mascot.
Right.
We need a mascot. So.
Well, you're not going to order any uniforms for spring sports, are you?
No.
Yeah,
this is stuff for next year. So.
Yeah, that's what I would have expected. Edwards missed a three. St. Clair brings it down the floor for North High, and there's an over and back, but it's going to be Richard getting it instead. Robinson, nobody with her, and she scores. 3-2-1, that's going to be the half. And at the end of the first half, it's Northwest 31 and North 23. So I was just about, before that play developed, I was about to ask you a question on the uniform thing, and I cannot, no, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So I know you did say that you weren't going to try and do any changing for this year.
No, we'll do some T-shirts and stuff and start getting the mascot out for people to see, but nothing uniform-wise. We'll do our uniform rotation. Basketball will be up for new uniforms next year, so I'm not in a bind yet, but pretty soon we're going to have to start getting those ordered. So thankfully we're not doing footballs this year, because if we were doing footballs, we'd be in a bind. So
yeah,
thankfully we don't have to do a football uniform right now, and so.
Well, one step at a time, you know.
Excited.
And if they have to wear the old uniforms one more year, that's not going to be the end of the world.
It's not. I mean, these uniforms are this is only the second year they've worn them, so they're new. When we had to replace everything a couple of years ago, so
yeah. Last
year was the first year for everything, so they're only 2 years old. Our issue is trying to make sure that we meet those guidelines the state's wanting for the removal, because we did find out we had to remove that drum and feather. So.
Oh, you can't do that either?
No, it's gone too. So it's we got that.
That was very popular, was it not?
It was, and so from what we were told, that it wasn't an issue with the actual drum and feather. The issue was the fact that that logo was around and had ties to the previous Redskins, and so when they see it, they still have the image of that with it. So it needed to go. So it's slowly going to get phased out of uniforms and stuff like that, but and we'll start phasing in the new stuff. So.
I guess I must have a thicker skin than most, because quite frankly, I wasn't offended by any of this, and I can't see why anybody would be. You know, you look at, like, for example, the Florida State Seminoles. Mm-hmm. You know, I think the Seminole Nation is honored to be represented.
They are, but I've heard rumors that they may be pulling that.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
And the same thing goes with the Utah Utes. And then you got the
Now,
San
is
Diego.
the Utes a tribe? I really don't know what the Utes were.
Yep, the Utes is a tribe.
Okay.
So there's, I think, 5 total schools at the collegiate level that have an actual tribe that they are, their mascot is. And so there's talk that the tribal council may pull that. I do know there was talk of possibly allowing it, but then there was going to have to be a monetary kickback of proceeds going back for it.
And
I
have no problem with that.
And so
I would think, let's give them some benefit out of it. I think that's great.
We'll see what happens on if they decide to go that route or if they decide to pull it. I mean, it'll be another sad day when there's no more Florida Seminole and you don't have the native on the horseback riding the painted horse out. And
and I love that.
It's some good tradition. It's kind of that.
It is.
It's kind of like that Notre Dame tradition you get with them with the champion and all that stuff.
Yep.
So,
yep. Or the leprechaun. You know, the leprechaun. I mean, is anybody? I don't know if anybody's offended by the leprechaun. I sure wouldn't be. But that's a trademark for for Notre Dame.
Right. So just like that spear is and stuff that you see for Florida State.
Yeah.
So I want to say who was there. There's the Utes out of Utah, and then there's the San Diego State's the Aztecs.
The Aztecs, yes. Yeah.
So that's 3, and I'm pretty sure there's 2 more, and they're not coming to mind right now. But that's the thing right now. Everybody's talking about now was what's next, and our drum and feather was actually pretty. It wasn't the same as the Utah Utes, but it was similar.
It was similar.
Had a different feather to it. Had a little other stuff added, made it a little bit different. It wasn't quite the same, but similar. So, I was happy that the tree cases are protected. So, We don't have to remove the stuff out of those.
So anything that had the old logo on
right.
it that's in the case can stay?
Can stay. And
that's a good thing because
the retired
the kids
numbers
that earned those.
Like Barry's number that's hanging in the rafters in
Yeah.
our traditional gym, it gets to stay. It doesn't have to be replaced.
Good.
Stuff like that.
Because he didn't wear the new logo,
Right.
so replacing it wouldn't make sense. And I can understand that. That makes sense.
So, thankfully, not everything's getting taken. So there's still some tribute, some history there, and that was one thing we did. I wouldn't really say fact finding, but when they came to do the briefing on what we thought the new logo should have in it, there was a lot of it needs to still have some kind of tie to our past. To the history of North. I mean, obviously, that goes without saying, we're the second oldest high school in town, getting close to that 100-year mark.
That's amazing.
Well, we've got about 6 years, and we'll be hitting that 100-year mark. Our class of 29 will be 100 years of North High. So it's definitely got the history. So we were like, there's got to be something that pays homage to our past and ties our past into our present, into our future.
Right.
So I did have somebody go, well, what's a Red Hawk? A Red Hawk doesn't exist. And I kind of looked at them and I said, well, you know what? You're a Jayhawk fan, right?
Yeah.
What? They were like, well,
there's
yeah.
no such thing as a Jayhawk either.
Well, a Jayhawk doesn't exist either. So I think we're kind of on the same plane now.
Oh, I remember when I was a little kid. The first time I saw my dad had something with a Jayhawk logo. I said, Dad, what's a Jayhawk? And he said, well, son, that's kind of hard to explain because it's make-believe.
It's make-believe.
It's all make-believe.
So when they were like, well, what? I was like, well, a Red Hawk, yeah. I said, no, there's a red-shouldered hawk. There's a red chest hawk.
Yeah.
So there's variations of hawks with the red in their name, but there's no just red hawk. And I was like, I kind of liked that. I was like, well, we kind of make it what we need it to be to tie into our past and our future. And so it's a pretty exciting time right now. I'm ready to see some logos and see what we're working with. So,
well, good luck on that. Huh? Be interesting to see how that all develops.
Yeah. It's fun. It's exciting time. So, it's exciting, but I'm ready for it to be over as well.
I'm sure you are.
I'm ready to move on from that aspect
and do something else.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right. Well, best of luck to you on that.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, thanks for the visit. Appreciate it. Loved having you.
Always good conversations.
Yeah, I learned a lot tonight. And I think people at home who are wondering, what's going on with, I've referred to North High as the Redhawks tonight for the first time.
Hey, all right.
Because when we were at your place, that hadn't been decided yet.
It hadn't been decided yet.
So I was just referring to them as I did the Washington football team as the North High basketball team. And
that's what we referred to our football team as, and our soccer teams were all that until we finally were able to take flight. No pun intended. And so we took flight, took off running with that new one. Matter of fact, the day it was announced was the 16th of December, and on the 17th we hosted Liberal. And
they come in on that bus.
So they come in on that bus, and it's on
all over the bus.
All over the bus. And I'm like, my football coach looks at me, he goes, I'm putting Redhawks up. I said, yes, you are putting Redhawks up. He goes, what am I putting up for Liberal? I said, you're putting Liberal on the board. We're not putting that on the board.
Yeah.
We're putting Redhawks on the board, and we'll put Liberal on the board. He's like, well, can I put Conservative? I said, no, they're Liberal. Come on, man. Work with me here. He's like, I am working with you here. I thought it'd be good if we could just put the Conservative school up there.
Yeah.
We're going to put Liberal up there. He's like, all right. So, but
you didn't, did you?
No, we put Liberal up there and just Redhawks. So
yeah, that's good enough.
So,
yeah.
It was the first sighting of the Redhawks, and lo and behold, our boys basketball team came out with the first W as the Redhawks that night. So it was a good day.
Well, good.
So
that's good. Well, Michael, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you.
Thanks for having me, and we'll stay in touch.
You're always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
If you're in the building, we want you up here.
Sounds good.
We're going to go ahead and go to commercial real quick before the start of the second half. So stay with us. 31-23 Grizzlies lead. This is Grizzly basketball. Back for the start of the third quarter. North High will inbound to resume play here. And again, I want to acknowledge our production crew as North High inbounds. Eli Taylor, Valentina Banales, Noah Gibson, Hudson Dubiel, and Jalil Woods, all here tonight as part of our production crew. Hudson, trade places. Your job is to keep it in one court or the other. Okay, no zooming of any kind. Just keep it full court, just like he has it. Whatever court the ball's in. Make sure he does it right. And we have foul. We've already had 2 fouls in this quarter. Buxman just got nailed for 1 for North. Grizzlies will inbound. Out there playing from right to left. That's kind of obvious. On the floor for Northwest, Edwards, who just, how did she miss that? Edwards, Robinson, Reed, Richard, and Barber on the floor for Northwest. The original starting 5 are in the game. And Charlie Hill is in big trouble there. And it's Northwest ball. Great defensive play by the Grizzlies. 31-23, they lead. That was the score at half. Barber gives it to Richard, and no basket. They're going to call a blocking foul instead. Richard will go to the line and shoot 2. And the foul's on Buxman. That's her 3rd now. And she'll come out. She'll be replaced by Hallie Walke, number 44, the 5'11" sophomore forward. And that one is inbounded and scored by Barber. And let me take a quick glance. We didn't get a chance to give you the halftime totals, but Barber in the first half, 2, 4, 6, 8, had 10. She just got 2 more. She's got 12 now. That one off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Rhiannon St. Clair. 33-25, Grizzlies lead. Terrence St. Clair puts it into Rhiannon. And now we have another foul. What do we have, a foul or a turnover? Looks like a travel. Or a jump ball. I can't tell you. It was one or the other. Navarrete comes in for Robinson. Barber brings it up the floor. Grizzlies lead by 8. That's their largest lead of the game. Navarrete pulls it out, gives it to Barber. And some motion offense going on now for Northwest for the moment. Now they stop. And that one is a blocking foul. It'll be Grizzlies ball on the floor. Joanna Ross picks up her second personal. Inbounded to Edwards. Edwards to Reed from 10 feet. Count it. Sasha Reed scores. And it's a 10-point game. St. Clair from Hill. And back to Hill. Hill, who had several three-pointers in the first quarter, is now fouled. And that's on Mackenzie Edwards. That'll be her first. Mackenzie Edwards, 5'1" junior guard. Plays like she's 5'10". Hill from 3, good. 3-point basket from Hill makes it 35-28, and now we have a whistle. Edwards comes out. Edwards is having a problem. She came out to be evaluated, I think, real quickly by the coach. I think they were passing hands in front of the face. I'm not exactly sure what that was about, but she seems fine. Barber has it for Northwest. Spin move, Barber. Navarrete can't get it to fall. Reed with the putback, count it. Sasha Reed gets the rebound and the second chance points, and the Grizzlies are back up by 9. Barber is down on the floor. And she is, well, she's back on her feet, but she's limping around. Loose ball on the floor, Reed to Richard. And they're going to call an official's timeout here. And Barber's going to come out. Edwards will come in for her. And she's coming out like she's okay. But they're erring on the side of caution. They're going to give her a chance to catch her breath. So on the floor, Robinson, Richard, Edwards, Navarrete, and Reed. For Northwest, your 5 on the floor here in the third quarter. There's a held ball, and the jump ball signal is given, and it will go to North on the alternating possession. Gordon sends it to St. Clair, and Richard takes it away, and now Reed has it. Edwards, 2-on-0 break with Robinson, and the ball was kicked by Joanna Ross. It'll be Northwest basketball. But it did prevent some fast break points. Reed from 3, off the heel, no good. Out of play, it stays with Northwest. 4:07 to go in the third. Grizzlies up by 9. And again, we want to thank Michael Graham for stopping by the booth. That was an unplanned halftime guest, and those are the best kind. And we learned a lot about what's going on at North High with their name change. Navarrete off the heel, no good, rebounded by St. Clair. And we're sure glad he was able to stop by and see us. St. Clair from NBA three-point range, and it's a 6-point lead with 3:38 to go. And the officials stopped it again. I don't know why. Robinson to Edwards. Back to Robinson. Now in the offensive zone. 2-1-2 zone was set up momentarily. Richard can't get it to go. It's rebounded by Rhiannon St. Clair, and here comes North High back with it, trailing by 6. Terrence St. Clair on the far side. Ross puts one up from 10 feet. It doesn't go. And the rebound. Now Gordon from 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wolke. Wolke almost had her pocket picked. Rhiannon St. Clair to Gordon. Gordon thought about a 3 again. Now pushed it inside. It's knocked out of bounds by Richard. It will stay with North. And Barber comes back in for Northwest, replacing Aaliyah Richard. Back on the near side, Terrence St. Clair for 3 off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wolke. Wolke back out to St. Clair. Barber marking her very tightly. And that one, the pass is intercepted by Navarrete, and then Gordon just takes it out of her hand. And there's Barber picking the pocket of Terrence St. Clair. Up off the glass and count it. What a play by Kamira Barber. And we've got a timeout on the floor, and I believe it's called by North. It's called by Northwest. A full timeout, we'll take it with them. Grizzlies lead by 8. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball. something, got a good laugh out of it. Because they knew right away when all I said was, hey, the game's at this end. Everybody knew what it was about. All right, we're back underway. Having a little discussion on cell phone usage. Navarrete has it for Northwest, gives it to Reed. Edwards, Robinson, and Barber also on the floor. Barber has it now in the corner to Robinson. Innocent drives, and from 6 feet puts it up, no good, and I think they're going to call somebody for a charge. They are. It is Robinson's going to get nailed for the offensive foul. That's her second. Each team now with 3 fouls in the second half. Gordon will inbound for North High to St. Clair. Back to Gordon, and now on the far side to Charlie Hill. Hill brings it across. Double teamed, and who's going to get it? It's a held ball. That'll be a jump ball for Northwest. On the alternating possession, we'll keep it, and a great play by Kamira Barber. Barber takes the inbound and brings it back across the timeline. Gives it to Navarrete. To Reed. To Edwards. Back to Navarrete. To Barber. Back to Robinson. Inside to Barber, puts it up, short, rebounded by Charlie Hill. Here comes North High back, 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Gordon. And we have a whistle. Leah Richard will come in. The ball went out of bounds. It stays with North. Edwards comes out. So Richard, Robinson, Navarrete, Reed. And there's a three-pointer by Wolke that's good. 39-34, Grizzlies lead. Into the corner, Navarrete tries a three. Off the heel, no good, rebounded by. Now it's going to stay with Northwest. Nobody got the rebound. Reed was in on the play, so was St. Clair. Grizzlies will inbound with 36 to go. 39-34, Northwest. That one comes all the way out to Richard. Now Navarrete has it. Grizzlies pull it back. They'll play for one, looks like. Well, they won't. Gordon intercepts that pass. Gives it to Charlie Hill. Puts it up. It's blocked by Barber. Wolke for three. Good. All of a sudden, that lead is down to 2. They had a 10-point lead a minute ago. Last shot time. 5 seconds to go. Richard doesn't go, and that's it. We're at the end of 3 quarters. It's 39-37 Northwest. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching Grizzly basketball. For the start of the fourth quarter, North High will inbound to begin play. Trailing by 2 points to the Grizzlies. Each team with 3 team fouls. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if our graphic is correct on that regard. It is. Noah did a great job with our producer engineer for 3 quarters. Now we're rotating it out. And we have Hudson Dubiel at the controls for the 4th quarter. Barber just picked up her 3rd, and it will put Charlie Hill at the line with a chance to tie the game. First one's good. The second free throw to tie. She makes them both. We're tied at 39 with 7:37 to go. Richard brings it down the floor. Grizzlies led by 10 not too long ago. North High has come to life. There's a pass that almost got stolen. Barber gets tripped. She's fouled. This will be on the floor. We'll see who they call it on. Foul is on Gordon. That's her first. Robinson will inbound to Barber. Barber puts up a 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Gordon. She gives it to St. Clair. Here comes North High with a chance to take the first lead since the 2nd quarter. Charlie Hill is fouled by Richard. That's her 2nd, team number 5 for Northwest. They have one more to give. St. Clair inbounds to Hill. Hill back to St. Clair. And another foul on Richard. That's 2 fouls in the last 8 seconds. Now she has 3. That's the 6th team foul. Next foul will put everybody in, put North High in bonus land. That one inbounded to Wolke, to Hill. Back to Wolke, puts up a 3. Good. Grizzlies trail 42-39, 6:40 to go. Navarrete back to Robinson. To Reed. To Robinson, top of the key. She pulls it back out, looking for an opening in this 2-3 zone. Barber in the paint, puts it up, count it. Kamira Barber, who's having a great game, gets us back within 1. Hill with it for North High. And that one's picked off by Robinson. She'll go all the way down and score, and the Grizzlies lead. Count the bucket and a foul. Robinson will go to the line to shoot 1. Foul is going to be charged to Charlie Hill. That's her 3rd. Sasha Reed comes out. Edwards came in for her. Edwards, Navarrete, Robinson, Richard, and Barber on the floor for Northwest. The free throw from Robinson is good. The Grizzlies lead by 2. Lots of time left. Hill gives it to St. Clair. Off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded by Robinson. Now they're calling a foul away from the ball. Foul is on Terrence St. Clair. That's her 3rd. Robinson. In the corner to Edwards. Navarrete to Richard. Richard drives in the paint, puts it up, good. Aaliyah Richard gives us a 4-point lead. Hill gives it to Gordon on the far side. Gordon to Hill. St. Clair from 15. Oh, missed everything. Wolke missed everything on the putback, and it's rebounded by Richard. Up to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Richard, who drives and scores. Kenzie Edwards made a great fake. Everybody bit. All she did then was hand it to Richard, who ran down the middle and scored. Now we have a timeout being taken by North High. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Grizzlies lead by 6. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball. Coming out of the timeout, Grizzlies have the possession arrow and a 6-point lead. North High will inbound the basketball. Each team has 6 fouls, so everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the game if there's fouls to be had. And St. Clair cans a 3-pointer, and the lead is down to 3 points. Barber with it for Northwest. North had the lead briefly, and then Northwest came storming back. That was the reason for the last time out. Led by this person, Barber scores. Beautiful play. Myra Barber has just been on fire tonight. We'll give you a point total here at the end of the game. There's one to St. Clair, and she tries and gets it over the timeline. Now Wolke from 5 feet misses, and it's rebounded by Richard. Leah Richard brings it down, and she's tripped. She's going to go to the line and shoot free throws. First of all, let's make sure she's okay. The foul is charged to Joanna Ross. That's her 3rd. Again, it's the team 7th, so the Grizzlies are in the bonus. This will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Aaliyah Richard. Gordon comes back in for North High, replacing St. Clair. And she missed. It's rebounded by Rhiannon St. Clair over to Charlie Hill. That would have been a nice free throw to get. It turns out we net nothing out of it. Ross from 15 feet off the glass, no good. Wolke, the putback doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Robinson. Robinson sends it to Edwards. Edwards to Barber underneath to Richard. Oh, and she missed the lay-in. A held ball will go to Northwest on the alternating possession. Taryn St. Clair comes back in for North High. And she will replace Gordon. Grizzlies will inbound. 3:17 to go, 4th quarter. Out it comes to Barber. Almost had it picked off by St. Clair. Good defensive player, Taryn St. Clair is. Barber with it again. Puts up a 3. Off the rim, no good. Taryn St. Clair gets the rebound. Charlie Hill brings it across the timeline. stops and takes a three, and it's no good. Rebounded to Wolke. She puts it up and misses, and that one's rebounded to Barber. Here comes Barber, 2-on-1 with Robinson. Oh, she tried to feed it to Robinson and did. Robinson, spin move, counted and a foul. Wowzers. Charlie Hill picks up her fourth. Buxman comes back in for Wolke. Robinson will go to the line and try and get 3 points the old-fashioned way. She's got it. Grizzlies have an 8-point lead with 2:38 to go in the fourth. Grizzlies have come storming back after being down by 4. That one didn't go either. That's part of the problem for North High is none of their shots are falling here in the fourth quarter. They've had several rim out. Barber brings it across the timeline with 2:17 to go. She will take her time. Now she sends it in the corner to Richard. Richard underneath, puts it up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Joanna Ross picks up her fourth foul. Richard's at the line shooting 2, and here's the first one, and it's short. Sasha Reed comes back in for Mackenzie Edwards. Leah Richards' second one is good. Makes 1 out of 2. It's a 9-point game, 54-45. Gordon brings it across the timeline for the Redhawks. St. Clair with it, guarded by Barber. And Barber knocks it loose, still loose on the floor. Who's going to get it? Comes away with it is Barber. She misses it, gets her own rebound on the floor with it, and now they're going to call her for a travel. She's laughing. And actually, I'm going to take it all back because that was Sasha Reed on the rebound, not Barber. As she went into that pile of bodies down there. 90 seconds to go, Grizzlies by 9. Charlie Hill looking to do something. Oh, had it almost picked off by Robinson. And this one is thrown away. Here's Robinson on a breakaway. Up to the basket, puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound to Reed. Count it. Sasha Reed puts the exclamation point on a double-digit lead. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. And a held ball will go to North on the alternating possession. Grizzlies making some substitutions into the game. 5'4" freshman guard J.C. Shore, number 2, and 5'1" freshman guard Alondra Morales, number 3, join the fray for the Grizzlies with 50 seconds to go in the game and an 11-point lead. Sasha Reed gets the inbound pass. Here comes Barber again, 2-on-1 with J.C. Shore, and she lost the handle. Gets it back to Morales. It goes out of play, stays with Northwest, however. Robinson for 3. Good! That cinches it for the Grizzlies. 30 seconds to go. St. Clair with it to Hill, to Gordon. Gordon in the paint, and Rhiannon St. Clair gets 2 points. 10 seconds to go. Grizzlies with it. They don't even have to get it out of the other end. Robinson has it, and it goes out of play. I think they just let it go. And they did that in order to get 2 players into the game for Northwest. Number 31 is Mariah Staten, a 5'5" freshman guard, and 34 is Nikayla Parker, a 5'9" freshman forward. They will finish off the last bit of the game for Northwest, but get an appearance in the game. That three-pointer misses, and we're final. And the final score of the girls' game, Northwest 59, North High 47. We'll be back to wrap this up and send it to the pregame show in 60 seconds. Stay with us. This is Grizzly Basketball. Once again, the final score in the girls' varsity game, 59-47. Northwest wins it. Let's give you the totals, and I've got to do this in my head on the fly, so bear with me. 14 points for Taryn St. Clair of North High, 4 points for Rhiannon St. Clair. Charlie Hill with 4 3-pointers amongst her 17 points. Pretty good night for her. Booksman, 4 points, and Wolke with 6, 8, 10 points for North High. For Northwest, Kenzie Edwards, 3 points in the first quarter. Aaliyah Richard with 6. Kamira Barber, here we go, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points for Kamira Barber. What a night she had. Then we go to Innocent Robinson. She's got 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 22, 26 points for Innocent Robinson tonight. What a game she had. 2 big games in a row for her. Sasha Reed rounded out the scoring with 8, and the Grizzlies win 59-47. We're going to switch it over here. It's boys' time. And we're going to send it to Coach Game Show here in 60 seconds. Stay with us. We'll be back. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Our City League doubleheader continues now, and we're getting set for the varsity boys contest. And as always, we have a visit with our head coach, Andy Hill. And Coach, first of all, it seems like 2 forever since we've had this sit down. It's been a while since you guys have played.
Yeah, it's been a week. I had a week off, so hopefully we utilize that time effectively to kind of give the guys a little break, rest up a little bit, and also be prepared for this. I kind of call this period the home stretch of our season here. So mid-season tournament's done, and just getting through the second half of City League play, and hopefully we can, over the next couple weeks, get to the point where we're playing our best basketball.
8-5 after the tournament week for you, and 7 games left. You're looking ahead. Of course, we have North High tonight, but I know looking long term, it's almost time to start thinking about playoff possibilities here after the regular season's over.
Yeah, I think you kind of, there's a balance there. You always want to have the big picture in mind, but, at the same time, it's the playoff seeding is dependent on each individual game result. So you got to kind of take them one at a time as they come. And wherever you end up landing, you hope that your results over the course of the regular season have put you in the best possible position you can be in to maybe have a chance to host one game or even possibly two if we can get there. So it's definitely, the playoffs are coming. We want to be at our best. But as far as the seeding goes, it's one game at a time, and we got to take care of business each night we step on the court.
Last game was against Heights, and that didn't go all that well for us. You've had this long stretch. I know you practice during the downtime when the girls are at tournament week. Do you approach practice any differently when you don't have any games impending in the next day or two?
Yeah, a little. You can you get an opportunity to kind of spend a little more time on skill development. You don't have to worry about a scouting report and preparing for a particular opponent for a couple practices. So that gave us a chance to do that. I think coming off of a game like we had last Tuesday, a big part of things, for us anyways, is just we got to make sure that we're right mentally and emotionally moving forward. Certainly a lot of things didn't go well against Heights. Heights is one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the entire state in any class. So they're going to make a lot of people look not very good. And just to make sure that our guys are in the right place up here as we move forward and understand, it was a tough night. The sun came up the next day. We've still done a lot of good things this season and have a chance to accomplish everything we want to accomplish from this season. It's still in front of us.
And we have, of those 7 games, we've got a lot of, quote, winnable games in that stretch, and you got to take them one at a time, as you mentioned. And I know that the only thing you're focused on is the North Redhawks tonight and what they're going to bring to the table when they come into our building. But what do you look for? We've played North before. We handled them last time we played them. What are you looking for that might be different tonight?
They've gotten better. They do some really nice things. Coach Bailey is doing a great job. They move the ball well. They don't have just like one guy that's going to do the majority of their scoring, so they're very balanced, and you got to make sure you're guarding all 5 spots. And being disciplined and doing all those things, they've had their struggles, and if we play the right way and the way we should, then I like our chances. But again, it's each step in the process to playing the best basketball that we can. So yeah, first order of business is winning this game, but then also how do we win the game? And making sure that we're doing it the right way and playing the best we're capable of playing.
How's the injury situation after that week off?
Everybody's good injury-wise. Sincere Thompson has been sick the last couple days, so I do not believe we'll have him tonight. He's out with illness.
Okay, and it's that time of year. It's cold. It's winter time, and flu goes around, colds go around, and we hope he gets better quickly and he's back with the squad soon. So, best of luck to you tonight against the Redhawks, and we'll look forward to a visit with you Friday before we head over down the street to Bishop Carroll.
Sounds good, Kevin. Thank you.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in 90 seconds with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the North High Redhawks. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I only wrote the first. Hey, folks, I'll be right with you. I only wrote the first 5 because as they sub, you'll have to add them. Okay, folks, welcome back. It is almost time for the varsity boys game. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. And we're going to do we're going to let you listen to the band for just a minute. That's the Northwest High pep band playing for your enjoyment in between games. We're about 8 minutes away from the introduction of the starting lineups and the play-by-play of our second game tonight. Again, the girls defeated the North High Redhawks tonight to even their season at 7-7. We congratulate the girls. It's been a long struggle to get back to 500, and they made it. And they'll get to take that 7-7 record into Bishop Carroll on Friday, when we're on the air Friday at 5:40 with the Marcus Myers pregame interview show. Band is about to play again, and we're going to listen to them. We're going to get the camera moved. Would you switch the camera to that end so the band's in it? Perfect. Here's the Northwest Pep Band. And again, we welcome you back to Northwest High. We're in between games. The boys varsity game will be starting here in just a few minutes. And we're going to let you listen to the band one more time. Back at Northwest, getting set for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams. Grizzlies are the home team. They're in their home whites tonight. And the Redskins are in their, the Redhawks. Old habits die hard. The Redhawks are in their road red uniforms with white numerals, white trim. Grizzlies will play from right to left, and from left to right in the first half. And we have the singing of our national anthem.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars
And that's the national anthem here at Northwest. Now it's time for the introduction of the starting lineups, and we will introduce the starters for the North High Redhawks first. A 6'1" senior guard wearing number 1, Jacob Wassel. 5'8" junior guard, number 10, Caleb Jackson. 5'10" junior guard, number 12, Joshua McCoy. 6'4" senior forward, number 20, Jack Hopping. And 6'3" junior forward, number 30, Gabriel Huerta. The head coach for the North High Redhawks is Michael Bailey. He's assisted by Matthew Bailey, Diana Santillan, and Hunter Shockley. For the Grizzlies, the starters for the Grizzlies are number 2, a 5'9" junior guard, Tayshawn Williams. 5'11" sophomore guard, number 5, Eli Benning. 5'9" senior guard, number 10, David Hudspeth. 6'4" senior forward, Javon Glover. And 5'8" senior guard, number 24, LJ Phillips. So for Northwest, it's Williams, Benning, Hudspeth, Glover, and Phillips. Grizzlies again playing from left to right in their home white uniforms. We're getting set for the opening tip. It'll be Javon Glover for Northwest at 6'4". And he'll go up against the 6'4" senior forward for North High, Jack Hopping, number 20. There's the whistle, there's the tip. Grizzlies win the tip, and we are underway. Benning has it for Northwest. Over here to Glover. Glover back out to Phillips. Phillips back to Eli Benning, back to LJ Phillips. Phillips. Williams, a long bomb, and counted for 3. Tayshawn Williams gets us going with a 3-pointer. And here comes North High back with it. On the far side, it's Jackson. Gives it back here to Hopping, to Jackson again. Now to Josh McCoy. Back out to McCoy from Wassel. McCoy almost lost it. Hopping now in the corner. He drives the basket, puts it up short. Rebound to Benning. Here comes Northwest back with it. Benning sends it out to Tayshawn Williams. Williams, top of the key, gives it to Phillips. To David Hudspeth on the near side. Glover in the paint to Williams. Counted. He's got all 5 points. Jackson brings it across the timeline and gives it to McCoy. McCoy to Huerta. Back to McCoy. To Hopping on the far side. Hopping to Huerta. Wassel. And around the horn it goes. Good defense being played by Northwest. Glover almost got a steal, so did Hudspeth. But somehow Wassel hung on to it. McCoy gives it to Hopping. Hopping, spin move, no shot yet. North has had it a long time here. Huerta lost the ball, got it back. In the paint, and count it from Caleb Jackson from 12 feet. It's 5-2. 5:45 remaining in the first. Benning will bring it down the floor for Northwest. Hudspeth has it knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. Coming in for the Redhawks, Kingston Selman, a 5'11" junior guard, number 24. He replaces Caleb Jackson. Hudspeth to Williams. Williams across to Hudspeth for three. Good! David Hudspeth gives us a 6-point lead. Selman to Wassel. McCoy with it to Wassel again. In the paint, puts it up, count it. Jacob Wassel gets two, it's 8-4. Tayshawn brings it down, drives, puts it up, and good. Tayshawn Williams has 8 points. Grizzlies lead 10-4. McCoy is fouled by Benning. Coming in for North High, Caleb Jackson returns, number 10, and he's joined by Julian Banuelos, number 14, the 5'8" senior guard. North High will inbound. Huerta gets it, shoots it, doesn't go. Williams gets the rebound. Tayshawn brings it across the timeline for Glover, and he can't make it go. And do we have a foul called on that shot? We do. The foul is on Huerta. His first, team's first. Glover's at the line to shoot two. First one is good, nothing but net. And we have LJ Phillips coming out. This will help you. There's another one of these in my bag. Or I got it out. There's another roster somewhere. Here. (12-4) Grizzlies lead. North High takes a timeout. This, I'm sure, will be a 30-second timeout. Yeah, it is a 30-second. We'll keep it right here. We'll tell you once again how much we love our sponsors and everything they do to help bring Grizzly basketball on the air to you. We want you to thank them. We want you to thank Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Surfaces. Go to Taco Prano for lunch at 21st Street in Tyler. Maid Pro, M-A-I-D Pro of Wichita. Chance Transmission Service. The Jensen Chiropractic Clinic. Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair at 8720 West Central. Todd Eflin narrates at toddeflin.com. And of course, Lisa Hambledon and everybody at Mel Hambledon Ford. Back underway, coming out of the timeout. Wassel has it, puts it up, it's short. That one is bounced off of Wassel, it'll stay with Northwest. Pretty good play by Glover. He had no one to give it to, so he just bounced it out of bounds. And oh, that's going to stay with, they're saying it's North High's ball. Huerta has it for the Redhawks. Jackson over to Banuelos. Huerta for three. Good. 12-7 after the three-pointer by Gabriel Huerta of North. Glover off the glass, and it falls. 14-7, Grizzlies by a touchdown. Huerta thought about it, but Glover's in his way. Jack hopping on the near side now. Dishes it in, it's broken up there by Hudspeth, and coming away with it is Tayshawn Williams. Williams, spin move, gives it to Hudspeth. Out to Benning. Benning is fouled. They're going to say it's on the floor. Fouls on Huerta. That's his second. It's the second team foul. He will take a seat. He's replaced by Ivan Trato, the 6'4 center. And into the game for Northwest when I wasn't looking is Jerome Henderson, number 1, the 6'2 forward. Looks like Javon Glover's guilty of a foul. Northwest will inbound. Jacob Wassel will do the honors. We're back underway with 2:54 to go in the first quarter. Around the horn it goes. Trado, nice pass, and are they going to count the basket? We'll see. Glover picks up his second foul. Hudspeth comes in for him. They counted the basket. 14-9. We got Wassel shooting 1. And Wassel makes it. He gets the 3 points the old-fashioned way. 14-10 Grizzlies. Williams in the paint. Oh, he put it up for Phillips. Nice play by Phillips to get rid of it, and there's a 3. Count the basket and a foul. Hudspeth gets a 3-pointer in his foul. He'll go to the line for the 4-point play. The foul is charged to Jack Hopping. That's Hopping's first foul. Third team foul for North High to match Northwest. And he missed the free throw, and the rebound goes to Hopping. Hopping feeds it up to Banuelos. Jackson with it now, and over to Banuelos, who puts up a 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jerome Henderson. Henderson gives it to Williams. Williams brings it down. Tried to put it up, gets it to Henderson, and it falls. Henderson gets the basket. It's 19-10. Wassel has it. And Wassel they're going to call a jump ball on that, and on the alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports, it will go to North High. Wassel will inbound, and he gets it to Banuelos, to McCoy. Oh, and Benning almost picked it. Hopping's got it, though. Back to Banuelos. He pulls it out. Grizzlies playing some tight man-to-man here. That one is thrown away, picked off by Williams. 4-on-2 break. And he gives it to Hudspeth. And David thought about an NBA 3 and then pulled it back down. And instead tried to lay it in, and he missed. Rebounded by Hopping. Banuelos has it. Gives it back to Hopping in the paint, puts it up, good. Jack Hopping gets 2 points. It's 19-12, less than a minute to go. There's a basket. Is it an and one? Yes. Fouls on Hopping. It's his second. David Hudspeth will go to the line for the 3-point play. And he makes it. Selman comes back in for North High. Banuelos has it, 48 seconds to go. Gives it to Wassel. Wassel trying to get it into the paint, couldn't do it. Trado has it, now he gives it away to Selman. There's Banuelos for 3, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by LJ Phillips. LJ gives it to Williams, 25 to go. I'm sure they'll play for 1. And Williams watching the clock count down to 13, 12, 11. Williams in the paint, dishes it off. Benning back to Williams for three. Oh, it rimmed out at the buzzer, did not go in, and the Grizzlies will have to settle for a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it's Northwest 22, North 12. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. This is Grizzly basketball. Northwest will inbound to start the second quarter. Tayshawn Williams has 8 points to lead all scorers in the contest. Trado gets two, and the Grizzlies will bring it back down. Hudspeth will do the honor. Grizzlies came into this game 8-5 on the season. And Williams scores. And the 13-point lead is back again. Williams has 10 points already. He's having a great night. Wassel around the horn. Trado gives it away to McCoy from 15, way short. Rebounded by Williams, and he was fouled. It'll be Northwest ball on the floor. Foul is charged to Wassel. That's his first. Team foul number 5 for North High. Hudspeth inbounds to Williams. Williams will let David do the honors and bring it across the timeline. Man-to-man defense for North. Williams, spin move. Tried to dish it over to Hudspeth. Couldn't get it to him, and here comes North High back with it. Banuelos on the near side in front of the Grizzly bench. Selman. Selman scores from 10 feet. And it looks like, what do we have here? It's going to be North High ball. On the turnover. McCoy to Banuelos. And McCoy from 6 feet cuts the lead to 9, and we're going to have a timeout being taken by Wichita Northwest. We'll keep it right here, inviting all of you, if you will minimize or make your picture smaller so that the rest of the YouTube screen comes up, you'll see on that screen a subscribe button. If you are not already a subscriber, you can help Northwest and the audiovisual program under the leadership of Mr. Shane Monroe financially by pressing the subscribe button. It costs you, listen carefully now, it costs you nothing to do that. You pay nothing, Northwest gets the benefit, it's a win-win. So would you please take a moment right now and subscribe to NWHS Grizz. Benning brings the ball down the floor. Oh, and Hammond lost the handle. And it will stay with Northwest as Banuelos couldn't control it before it went out of play. Out it comes to Hudspeth. Hudspeth to Benning. Hudspeth for three. Missed everything. Trado gets the rebound, feeds it to McCoy. McCoy is fouled. It looks like that's going to be on Benning. No, I'm wrong again. Oh, the foul was away from the ball on L.J. Phillips. I was going to say I didn't see the foul there, but I wasn't going to say that. But inbound and an easy basket for Banuelos. And the Grizzlies' lead is down to 7. 5 minutes to go till halftime. And unlike the girls' game, we do not have a halftime guest tonight. So it will be the band. Well, the three-pointer didn't go by Liam Calvert, but he's going to go to the line and shoot 3 free throws. So he's got a chance to work hard for it. And the first one is short. Second one's good. Hammond comes out. Williams comes back in. We'll reset the lineup here for you in just a moment, as Calvert is going to shoot his third free throw. He missed 2 out of 3. In with Calvert is Williams, L.J. Phillips, Eli Benning, and David Hudspeth. And there's one loose on the floor, picked up by L.J. He'll send it up here to Benning. Benning underneath, puts it up, good. Eli Benning gives us a 10-point lead again. And what do we have here? We have a whistle and a foul. Eli Benning picks up number 2. That's the 5th team foul on the Grizzlies. North has 6. Henderson comes in for Benning, who takes a seat with his 2 fouls. And there's a ball batted around. Wassel comes away with it for North High. Pretty good play by the young man. And that one is blocked by Liam Calvert. Now they're going to call a foul on somebody. It's on Henderson. It's too bad. That was a good block by Calvert. Wassel at the line shooting a pair. First one misses. Second one misses. Rebounded by Calvert. Williams brings it down the floor. In the paint, lays it in. Tayshawn Williams, like he was floating on air, gives us a 12-point lead again. Wassel underneath, dishes it in the middle, and now a foul called. It's on Wassel, a player control foul. Will turn the ball over to Northwest, and that will put Northwest into the bonus for the rest of the half. Give them one more down there. North has 7 fouls. There you go. Don't mind telling you that Jalil Woods is doing a great job on computer, having never done it before. And Calvert scores for Northwest. And the lead is 14. Treto for 3 is good. Nice soft hands by Ivan Treto, the 6'4" center for North High. Calvert back over to Williams. Williams over to Hudspeth for 3. Off the heel, no good. Williams gets the rebound. Are they going to call him for going over the back? Yes, they are. That's his first foul. It's the 7th team foul on Northwest, so now North High is in the bonus, and we're going to go down and shoot some free throws, and both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity for Caleb Jackson. Now we have a 30-second timeout being called by North High. We'll keep it right here. Well, let's recap this for you. 2:50 to go here in the first half. Grizzlies lead by 11, 34-23. Possession arrow favors North, both teams with 7 fouls. North High has 3 timeouts left, Northwest with 4. And nobody is in any serious foul trouble at this juncture. Grizzlies will travel a mile down to the road to Bishop Carroll on Friday night to take on the Golden Eagles in a doubleheader, and we're on the air Friday night at 5:40 with the Marcus Myers pregame show, and then the girls' game followed by the boys' game. Girls got to 7-7 tonight, but they've got a tough one on Friday as going into tonight's play. The Golden Eagle ladies were 12-1 on the season. They lost the championship game of their tournament over the weekend to Andover Central for their first loss. Jackson makes the first half of his 1-1. He'll have one more. Looking forward to going to Bishop Carroll, working with my good friend Tyler Frazier, the athletic director over there. Does a wonderful job and is always so hospitable to us. He missed the second free throw. LJ Phillips gets the rebound. Williams sends it to Hudspeth. To Calvert. Calvert puts up a 3. Good! Liam Calvert for 3, and it's a 13-point game again. McCoy gives it to Treto. Banuelos back to Treto. Spin move by Treto over on the far side. McCoy's going to take a shot from 15 feet, and it's good. Judah Haywood, number 45, is a 6'4" sophomore center. So they have 2 big boys in the game for North High. Hudspeth back to Williams. Underneath, Henderson, count it. Beautifully done by Jerome Henderson. And that one goes out of play. It'll stay with North High. The Redhawks will keep it. And since we have nothing going on, and we will tell you we have no halftime guest at halftime for tonight. So we're going to let you listen to the band at halftime and give the old voice a rest. McCoy with it for the Redhawks to Banuelos. To Treto. Back to McCoy. McCoy, a 3, misses off the heel, rebounded by David Hudspeth, and here comes Northwest back. Williams will bring it down the floor himself. Underneath. Across the way to Calvert. Hudspeth in the paint to Phillips. Phillips, a spin move, now gives it to Williams. Williams behind the back, went up for it, but he was fouled when the ball was knocked out of his hand, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. I take it back, he'll shoot a 1-1. They ruled that a common foul. Kingston Selman comes back in for North High, less than a minute to go in the second quarter. And the first one is good. Taking advantage of the 1-and-1 opportunity, he'll get the bonus now. Tayshawn Williams having one monster first half. Second free throw is good. Grizzlies lead by 15. And now a full timeout is being taken by North High. Since we're going to have a commercial in less than a minute anyway, we'll keep it right here. See if we can give you some of the totals that we don't have so far in the game. Wassel has 4, Jackson with 3, McCoy with 4, Hopping with 3, Huerta with 3, Banuelos with a pair, Trado with 2, and Selman with 2 for North High. For the Grizzlies, Henderson has 5. Williams has 10, 12, 14 already. Wow. Darian Hammond has a 3-pointer. David Hudspeth with 6. Liam Calvert with 7. Glover with 4. And LJ with 2. So some pretty balanced scoring for Northwest here in the first half to make up their 41 points. They have a 15-point lead, their largest of the contest so far. And it will be North High inbounding the ball on the floor for Northwest. Henderson, Williams, Hudspeth, Calvert, and LJ Phillips. Your 5 on the floor with 58 seconds to go in the second quarter and back underway. That's Jackson with the ball for North High. He gives it to Selman, back to Jackson. Onside, back to McCoy, now to Jackson. Jackson, Haywood, almost lost it. Jackson for 3, off the rim, no good, rebounded by Williams. Tayshawn Williams, up off the glass, doesn't go, rebounded by Phillips, counted. LJ Phillips gets the putback, 23 to go. Jackson on the far side. McCoy from 15 feet, doesn't go, rebounded by Williams. 10 seconds to go in the first half of this one. Williams sends it over to Calvert. Calvert puts up a 3 and it gets stuck, and that's the way they stop the clock with 1/10 of a second to go. North High will touch it inbounds, and that'll be the end of it. So the Grizzlies are going to have now they put time back up. They put 0.8 of a second on, so they do have time to get a shot off. And that'll be it. Okay, score at halftime, Northwest 43 and North High 26. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. That's the Northwest Palm Squad, Honey Bears, performing here at halftime. We're going to go ahead and give you the totals again here in the first half as we now have them finalized for the first half of play. Wassel had 4 points, 3 points for Caleb Jackson, 4 points for Josh McCoy, 3 points each for Hopping and Huerta. Banuelos with a pair, Trado with 4, and Selman with 2. For Northwest, it's Henderson with 5, 14 points for Tayshawn Williams, Darian Hammond with 3, Eli Benning, Eli Benning hasn't scored. That's unusual. Hudspeth has 6. Liam Calvert with 8, all in the second quarter. Actually, that's 7. We're going to change that to 7. Glover has 4. L.J. Phillips with 4. And that's the scoring in the first half of play. We're going to let you listen to the band and enjoy the music. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Northwest will inbound to start the third quarter. And the band did just such a great job. I could listen to them play all night. On the floor for Northwest, Tayshawn Williams, L.J. Phillips, Javon Glover, Eli Benning, and Glover scores off a feed from Benning to start things off. And L.J. Phillips, number 24, the fifth one on the floor for Northwest. As we start the third quarter, McCoy underneath has that one get deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of Hudson, and it will be North High ball. Grizzlies obviously playing from right to left here in the second half of this one. Jackson takes the inbound and gives it to McCoy. On the near side is Huerta. Huerta into the paint, puts it up, doesn't go, gets the rebound, doesn't go. Phillips gets the second rebound and gives it to Eli Benning. There's a three-pointer by Hudson. That doesn't make it. It goes out of play, and it will turn over to North High. Just underway, third quarter. Grizzlies up by 19. Their largest lead of the game. Led by 17 at half. Huerta pulls it back. Wassel gives it to McCoy. McCoy drives off the glass, no good. Wassel to put back, count it. Jacob Wassel, a nice second chance points for North High. Bringing it down, Eli Benning for Northwest. He drives. Benning feeds it out to Williams. I mentioned Benning hasn't scored in this game, and Williams doesn't get it. The putback by Benning doesn't go. He's got the ball back on the rebound. Over to Williams. And Williams, another one doesn't go. That putback doesn't go. Now both goals seem to have cellophane on them. LJ off the glass, doesn't go. Jack Hopping had the rebound for a moment. And finally, Tayshawn Williams gets the bucket. Wow, that was a mess of shots. That one gets knocked out by Hudson. It will stay with the Redhawks. Ivan Trado comes back in, number 55. He replaces Huerta. Trado gets it, gives it to Hopping. Hopping in the paint, count it. 47-30 Northwest. Hudspeth can't get his to go. All of a sudden, our goals got cellophane on it. Wassel gives it to Hopping. Good play underneath to McCoy. Back to Wassel. And he scores. Hudspeth did the right thing and got out of the way because he was not going to stop it. Lead is down to 15. They led by 20 a moment ago. That one gets knocked out of play by North. It'll stay with Northwest. Grizzlies trying to go 9-5 on the season. They're starting to run out of games. That one goes out of play off the arm of Javon Glover, and it will turn over to North High. Glover wanted a foul, didn't get it. McCoy will bring it across the timeline. Gives it to Jackson on the near side. Trado to McCoy. Spin move by McCoy. Back out to Hopping. Hopping to Jackson to Trado. Trado in the paint. Puts it up. No, does not get the basket. And I think there's a foul called. It's a charge on Trado. That's his second foul. First foul of the second half for either team. We'll turn the ball over to Northwest. Eli brings it up, gives it to Glover, back to Eli. Hudspeth for three, off the heel, no good, rebounded by Phillips. Phillips off the glass, good. And a timeout has been taken, I believe, by Northwest. It is a timeout, and it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, and once again, want to thank all of our sponsors. We couldn't thank them enough. We'll start at the bottom and work up this time. Mel Hambledon Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hambledon at the big corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg. Thank you to Lisa Hambledon and Phil Nightingale and everybody at Mel Hambledon Ford. I want to thank Todd Eflin of Todd Eflin Narrates. He's been with us for years, does all of our voiceovers gratis for us. We're happy to give him a plug for his voiceover business. Todd Eflin Narrates. Go to toddeflin.com. Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair at 8720 West Central. Jensen Chiropractic Clinic. Chance Transmission, Made Pro of Wichita. Taco Prano, Keystone Solid Services, and Andrews Cleaning Service. Thank you for your sponsorship of Northwest Athletics. Jackson for three off the heel. The rebound to Hudspeth. He drives it down himself. Off the glass, doesn't go. Putback doesn't go. Now we have a whistle, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there's a charge there. And I'm wrong. It's a blocking foul. This is why I never refereed basketball, folks, is I'm never right. I'm wrong again. Hudspeth at the line, shooting a pair. The foul charge to Joshua McCoy. Hudspeth's first one is good. That is McCoy's first foul, by the way. David Hudspeth will have one more. And he makes it. 51-32. Grizzlies by 19, 4:05 to go in the third quarter. Jackson gives it to Hopping. To Wassel. Now to McCoy. And a foul is going to be charged on Benning. That's his third personal, first team foul of the half for Northwest. Benning will come out, and looks like Henderson's going to go in for him. Well, that shows you what I know. It's LJ coming out. Henderson going in for him. So we've got Henderson, Williams, Benning, Glover, and Hudspeth on the floor for Northwest. Hopping with it, gives it over to Jackson on the far side. Tayshaun Williams guarding him. Back to Hopping. There's a three over the top of everything, misses everything. The putback by Wassel is good. 3:30 to go in the third. Grizzlies by 17. They've led by as many as 19 twice. Benning in the paint, puts it underneath the Glover, off the glass, can't get it to go. And Benning scores finally. Took him a long time to get on the score sheet, but he gets the putback. Pardon me. Underneath, Jackson can't get it to go. The rebound by Benning, and now they're going to call. Oh, they call Benning for a foul. That'll be number 4 on Eli, and he will sit down now, and Phillips will come back in. At the line to shoot 2 is Caleb Jackson. That's disappointing that Benning got called for that foul. He's not happy about it, talking to his coach. Jackson's first one is good. Now Benning comes out and Phillips comes in. So we have Phillips, Williams, Henderson, Hudspeth, and Glover on the floor for Northwest. Jackson's second free throw is off the heel, and it does not go. The rebound to Glover. Glover sends it over to Williams. Williams brings it up the far side, and Williams is just chucked in the back. My goodness. That's on Wassel, and if there was ever a definition of an intentional foul, folks, that was it. Selman comes back in. Ball is inbounded. 3 team fouls on North, 2 on Northwest. Williams puts it up and scores. Williams having a great night. We've said it ad nauseum, but it is the facts. Trado on the far side. And that one is thrown out of play. It'll be Northwest ball. Selman threw it away. 2:26 to go in the third. Grizzlies by 20. Their largest lead of the night. Williams will bring it in and bring it down the floor. Williams misses. Selman brings it down, gives it to Trado. A two-pointer by Banuelos on the far side. Henderson for Northwest. Glover at the free throw line puts it up, and it doesn't go. Trado gets the rebound, gives it to Jackson. Here comes North back. Trado gives it to Jackson again, and Jackson pulls it back out. Now he drives, tries to split two. The ball doesn't go, rebounded by Hudspeth. 3-on-2, and the easy lay-in that time for L.J. Phillips. 57-37, Northwest. Hopping to Banuelos, to Trado. Banuelos on the near side gets the three. Williams brings it down the court for Northwest. Gives it to Glover, top of the key. And to Hudspeth on the near side. David gives it to Javon again. Now back out to Phillips and over to Williams. Williams. Give and go from Phillips back to Williams, and he scores. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. That one around the rim, misses, rebounded by Glover. He gives it to Williams, and Williams brings it across the timeline. They'll play for one here with 16 on the clock. Nine, 8, 7. From the free throw line, Williams misses, and that one is rebounded by North. They'll have a last chance. And at the buzzer, it's short. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's Northwest 59, North 40. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. Stay with us. This is Grizzly basketball. Tayshawn Williams has 20 points. North High inbounds to start the fourth quarter, and they miss an easy lay-in on the court for Northwest. Jerome Henderson, Tayshawn Williams, Darian Hammond, Liam Calvert, and Phillips, and the Grizzlies just turned it over. Got called for a travel. They lead by 19 going into the fourth quarter. Selman gives it to Banuelos, to Hopping. Underneath the Banuelos, and a charge is called on Banuelos. Basket will not count. Oh, Oh, I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. Joshua McCoy is the guilty party. That's his second. It is a player control foul. Darian Hammond underneath to Phillips. Phillips off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded by McCoy. It goes out of bounds and will stay with Northwest. 7:15 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies 59 and North High 40. Grizzlies, you would think, would have this one under control, but stranger things have happened with these two teams, I might add. Henderson, good. And the Grizzlies lead by 21. That one went through the wickets of Selman, and it will turn over to Northwest. Coach Hill cheering on his troops. Underneath, Williams, count it. Beautiful feed from Liam Calvert to Williams. The lead, 23. In the paint, Hopping puts it up and lays it in. Williams, he tried to feed one to Phillips and got intercepted. And underneath, Selman will put it in on a 2-on-1 fast break, and Coach Hill not too happy about that play. Grizzlies' lead is 19 again. Henderson to Hammond. To Williams. Underneath to Henderson. In the paint, puts it up, doesn't go. And the rebound to North High. McCoy with it for the Redhawks. To Wassel, tried to get it back to McCoy, and Hammond intercepted it. Phillips brings it down, 3-on-2. There's Williams for three off the, missing everything. That one goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Last touched by Hopping as he tried to get the rebound. Break for Northwest. 5:39 to go in the fourth. Comes out to Hammond. He'll pull it out, give it to Williams, and go to the other side. Williams behind the back. In the paint to Phillips. Phillips can't get it up, and he'll put it back out here to Williams. Underneath to Henderson, count it. What a pass by Tayshawn Williams to Jerome Henderson for the score. Selman dishes it back out to McCoy, now back to Selman. On the far side, Wassel thought about a three. Now he comes into the paint and puts up a two instead. Williams, spin move in the paint. Calvert for three. Good. Liam Calvert gives the Grizzlies their biggest lead of the night at 22 points. And now what are we going to have? They're going to count the basket. This is a blocking foul being charged to Liam Calvert as he tried to draw the charge. That's his first foul. And McCoy will go to the line to shoot one and try and get 3 points the old-fashioned way. And he makes it. Pardon me. 68-49 Northwest. Approaching the halfway mark here in this fourth quarter. Now there's a turnover. Banuelos on a 2-on-1 break, feeds it to McCoy, and he scores. Grizzlies need to clean that up. Hammond faked everybody out and scored. Wassel sends it over to Moore. And to Banuelos, who puts up a long three. It doesn't go. It's rebounded by Henderson. He gives it to Williams will bring it across the timeline. He puts up a three, in and out, no good. Wassel. I was going to say we don't need threes. We need to burn time. McCoy, count it. Gets a nice roll and a timeout. No, they're not taking a timeout. It's an official's timeout. L.J. Phillips is having some kind of a problem. He's kind of hobbling a little bit. Not sure what it is, but he's going straight for the trainer's seat. We'll see what happens down there. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Glover puts one up left-handed, count it. Javon Glover, nice move. And the lead back to 19. North High. Glover almost stole another one there. Banuelos has it now, top of the key. William Calvert on him. 1-2-2 zone for Northwest. Quickly breaks down into a man-to-man. Around the horn we go. Banuelos, now that's got to be a charge. It is. That one I got right. Hopping, guilty of a charge. Williams not only was planted there, he was getting ready to eat his lunch. I mean, he had plenty of time. So the ball will turn over. 5th team foul on North. Grizzlies leading by 19 with 2:45 to go. Glover goes up, he's fouled, he'll go to the line and shoot two. Fouls on Hopping, that's his third. Oh, that's his fourth, excuse me. Team foul number 6, so the Grizzlies will be shooting free throws the rest of the game here. Glover's first one is good. Grizzlies by 20. Into the game for Northwest, a couple of player changes. One of them is number 15, the 5'9" junior guard, Matt Osborne. And the other player is not on my program. Does anybody know who 34 is? He's not on the program.
Oh, that's Aaron. His name's Aaron.
Aaron, well, that doesn't help me too much. We have a player on the floor whose name I do not have, unfortunately, and if you are his parents, I apologize for that. And there's a travel. It'll turn over to Northwest. Ball was kicked by North. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. 2:09 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies seemingly have this one under control. Hammond over to Glover now. And a miss and a rebound to the Redhawks. Banuelos for three. Off the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded by Glover. Glover will send it up to Hammond. 3-on-2 break for Northwest. And Hammond keeps it himself and scores. Grizzlies are going to win this one and go to 9-5 on the season and sweep the season series with the Redhawks. That one doesn't go. Another rebound by Glover, who's had a nice rebounding night. In the paint, easy lay-in, doesn't go. I shouldn't have said that because it didn't go. Far side, a three-pointer is way short. Darian Hammond gets the rebound, gives it to Henderson. And we have 1 minute remaining in the game. Underneath in the paint and taken away by Banuelos. He'll bring it down the floor. Dish it off on the far side. There's another three attempt. It misses. Rebound Northwest. Hammond will bring it up And we have a timeout being taken by Northwest in order to substitute a player into the game for Northwest. 5'9" sophomore guard Jay-Sean Durding, number 12, into the game. He joins Hammond, Glover, Osborne, and the player whose name we do not know. And we'll find out who that was and give him lots of love before Friday night. And apologize to you that we didn't have that. Up and doesn't go. Put back doesn't go. Durding with it now for Northwest. Glover. Back into the paint. Whoever that is, they're trying desperately to get him a basket. And he will have a chance to get on the score sheet because he's going to shoot 2 free throws. There are 18 seconds left in the game. First free throw coming. And he missed. Second one is good. He's on the score sheet. And the student body, there's evidently something going on. He must be a popular guy because the student body went crazy when he scored. 10 seconds to go. It's just a matter of what will the final be. Banuelos with it. Feeds it into McCoy. Trado for 3. It's good, and that's the way the game will end. Final score tonight, Northwest 77, North 56. We'll be back to wrap this up in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Welcome back to Northwest, where we are final score tonight, 77-56. Northwest defeats North, sweeps the season series with the Redhawks, and goes to 9-5 on the season as a result. Let's give you the scoring totals very quickly. For North High, Jacob Wassel had 5, 6, 12, 14 points for Jacob Wassel tonight. He had a good night. Caleb Jackson with 4. Josh McCoy had 8. Jack Hopping with 4. Gabe Huerta with 3. Julian Banuelos with 8. Trado with 7. And Kingston Selman with 4 for the Redhawks. For Northwest, Jerome Henderson had 10 points tonight. For Tayshawn Williams, it's 18 points for Williams. Darian Hammond had 7. Eli Benning had a pair, got him in the fourth quarter. David Hudspeth, 8. 10 for Calvert. Javon Glover, 8 for Glover, and L.J. Phillips also with 8 points for Northwest. Grizzlies will travel to Bishop Carroll on Friday night for a doubleheader. More City League action. We invite you to join us either over there with your phones in hand, or if you can't come out to the game, watch us on nwhsgrizz.com. We'll be on the air at 5:40 on Friday night. Boy, we had a big crew tonight. I got to thank them all. It'll take me 5 minutes to read this list. We want to thank Eli Taylor, Valentina Banales, Noah Gibson, Hudson Dubiel, and Jalil Woods for all of their help, and a passing thanks to our normal executive producer, Jonathan Shue. We gave him the night off because we were so fully staffed. Also to Leslie Bravo, who came up here, saw how many kids we had, and decided, and we gave her the night off as well. But we sure thank her for her service throughout the season. All right, we'll see you on Friday, and until then, we wish you a pleasant evening once again. Grizzlies win 77-56. For everybody, I'm Kevin Arkin saying